Good morning, yogis. Happy Sunday. Easter Sunday if you're celebrating. Good morning, yogis. Welcome in. This morning we'll work with props. If you have 2 blocks, something to lengthen your arms for our lunges and some of the work we'll do. If you don't have blocks, 2 water bottles that are sturdy, just a place that you can rest your palms, giving gentle pressure. All right, let's begin. Find a comfortable seat. Your comfortable seat might be cross-legged, or legs folded underneath you, or seated on a block or a bolster, maybe a pillow. Sit in a way that you can elongate your spine, sending energy up from the tail to the crown of the head. We'll do 3 cleansing breaths this morning. Inhale through the nose, filling up the lungs. Exhale with a sigh. Inhale again, expanding torso, filling up lungs. Big exhale. Once again, inhale, filling up the lungs. This time, get extra full, filling up all the spaces of your lungs. And then exhale completely, blowing every last bit of air out of the lungs. Now find your Ujjayi breath. Long, slow inhales through the nose. You've created a valve in your soft palate that helps slow the airflow. On the exhale, you also go through the nose. Using the valve, it's like you're fogging up a mirror under your nose. Your breath is audible. The breath rhythm is long, equal on the inhale and exhale. Continue to refocus your mental energy toward the breath. Notice when the mind is thinking about other things, distracted with thought, or occupied with a particular thought. And then refocus that energy back to the breath, creating a habit of returning your attention to the breath. This reinforces a mind-body connection. You're welcome to stay in this quiet Ujjayi breath rhythm, or join me for Kapalbhati this morning. It's a little chilly here, so Kapalbhati is a cleansing breath that also heats the body. Kapalbhati means skull shining, so you'll begin to feel some lightness in the head, nearing lightheadedness. You will do pulsing breaths, using a percussive exhale for about 30 strokes, and then exhale completely, constricting the diaphragm and holding Uddiyana Bandha, belly lock, in which the diaphragm has drawn in and locked its position in a full exhale. And then when the need is strong, we'll return to a regular inhale and exhale. We'll do 2 rounds of Kapalbhati. Start with an inhale. Exhale, pulse the diaphragm. Four, 3, 2, 1. Blow your air out. Exhale completely. Now sustain that exhale with Uddiyana Bandha, belly lock. It's like you're inhaling, but you don't draw air in. You just engage the diaphragm. When the need is strong, breathe. Long, smooth breath rhythm, contrasting the percussive breath we just had. Noticing a sense of lightness through the body. We'll do one more round. Begin with an inhale. Percussive exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Uddiyana Bandha. Exhale everything. Belly lock. When the need is strong, inhale gently, returning to breath rhythm. Observe your breath rhythm. And if you participated in Kapalbhati, maybe notice your heartbeat. Maybe observe a slight increase in body temperature. And let's transition to tabletop, warming up our spine. Quadruped position, hands and knees. We'll flex and extend the spine. Inhale, lift tail and crown. Exhale, flex, doming your spine. Inhale, extend. Exhale, flex. Continue on your own breath rhythm. Long inhales and exhales. Trying to articulate movement through each vertebrae. Every vertebrae is moving into flexion and into extension. You may notice places that are a bit tight. You can pause there, sending extra breath into that space that feels restricted. One more cycle. That's a full inhale and a complete exhale. And return to neutral. Let's thread the needle one time. Right hand lifts, gaze follows. Inhale. Exhale, thread. Right hand under left. Ear and shoulder come to the floor. Left hand can extend forward. You can also wrap your left hand behind your back. You could choose a variation for your left leg. Either adducting the leg out to the side or extending it straight behind. Breathe into the space between your shoulders. Return your attention to the mind or to the breath, reinforcing a mind-body connection. Enjoy one more inhale and exhale. Use your next inhale to return to tabletop, quadruped. Equal weight on 4 limbs, second side. Left hand lifts, gaze follows, inhale. Exhale, thread the needle. Ear and shoulder come to the floor. Opposite hand can extend forward or wrap it behind the back. Find your breath rhythm. On your next inhale, come back to tabletop. From tabletop, let's take child's pose, wide knees, big toes come together. Hips close to the heels, forehead to the floor. And find your breath rhythm here. In particular, visualize your breath on your back space. We see the front of our body and are often more aware of our front space. Here in child's pose, you can use the breath to increase awareness of the back body, trying to open up the eyes in your back. Walk your hands over to the right. Left hand can be on the right, or you can wrap your right hand around the back. Breathe. One more inhale. Exhale, walk back through center, over to the second side. You can place right hand on left, or wrap left hand around back. Once again, try to direct your mental energy towards your back space. One more breath rhythm, in and out. Use your next inhale to come back to tabletop. Equal weight on 4 limbs. We'll take downward dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. Now yogis in downward dog, I can't see you, but press the weight of your hands into your index knuckle and then rotate your hands outward so you feel this outward rotation through the upper arm bones as well. So your arms are strong, connecting to the floor. Similar, you can pedal through your feet, you might have already been. Stretching the soles of your feet, shifting weight from hip to hip. The legs also spiral. Think of the inner thighs rotating backward toward the wall behind you. Bending your knees a little bit, softening the joint, can enable a little more muscular energy, rotating in and back through the inner thighs. It might feel like your hip bones are widening, and that's all right. You're creating space in the joint. Now you have lots of muscular energy in the legs and in the arms. Breathe in. And breathe out. Walk your feet to your hands. Stand at the top of the mat. Knees bent. Torso hanging over legs. You could interlace opposite arms. Release the back of your neck so your gaze is toward the wall behind you. Maybe once again think about your back space and the energy of your back lengthening toward the floor. Another inhale. And exhale. If you were interlaced at the elbow, release. Bend your knees, hands to thighs, and with strong glutes, inhale all the way up to standing. All right, yogis, sun salutation B. We'll start with sun salutation A and then go into B. So 3 times through. Before we begin, build your foundation. The energy of your legs hugs in toward the midline. And again, that spiraling action to the legs is happening. Then the upper body widens. As you inhale, imagine the whole shoulder girdle widening to the side. Then as you exhale, keep it wide, like a superhero. Lastly, directional energy of the spine goes up and down. Your tailbone lengthens down to the arches of your feet. The crown of your head lengthens upward toward the sky. So in many positions, as we go through our practice, you can think about hips narrowing, shoulders widening, spine lengthening. I'm going to face this way today. Round one. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Hinging from the hips, draping your spine. Inhale, half lift. Plant your hands and step to high plank. This is the first time through. You can use your knees. Breathe. As you exhale, lower to low plank, chaturanga. Slide forward to a mini cobra. Just a small cobra the first time through. Legs are long. Exhale, release. Inhale back to table or plank. Downward dog. Arms are spiraling. Legs are spiraling. Breath is long and slow. Another inhale. And exhale. Step or hop your feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, lower. Little bend to the knees. Inhale, sweep your torso up. Hands return to the center, Anjali Mudra. Reorganize the energy of your body. Hips hug in, shoulders widen, spine lengthens. Round two. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. Half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plank. Step or hop. Arriving in plank, we'll take an extra breath in here. You can use the knees or no. Exhale, low plank. Three-quarter cobra. Gently release. Table or plank, downward dog. 3 breaths. Another inhale. Big toes come together as you exhale. If you choose, you can step or hop feet to hands. Half lift. Gently release. Little bend to the knees as you rise. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Reorganize the energy once again. Third round, we'll omit 2 breaths going through the Vinyasa. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive. Half lift. Vinyasa, high to low on one exhale. Stepping or hopping. Cobra on your inhale. And immediately to downward dog as you exhale. You can still lower and go through table on the way to downward dog. I highly recommend the variation that works for you. Breathe. Third exhale, bring your big toes together. After the exhale, when you're empty of air, you can engage the belly lock to help you move effortlessly. Feet to hands. Half lift. Exhale, lower. Little bend to the knees. Sweep up. Hands to heart. Reorganize your physical energy. Reorganize or refocus the mental energy. As we move into move into Sun Salutation B, you might choose to use blocks. Place one block at the top of your mat, one on each side. And at minimum, a water bottle, a singular water bottle can be a useful tool. Starting in chair, Utkatasana. Inhale, exhale, crease in the hips, sitting the hips low. As you're ready, sweep the arms up. This is a place where you can think about your bodily energy, narrowing in the hips, widening through the shoulders, and lengthening through the spine, tailbone reaching toward the back edge of your mat, crown reaching toward the sky. Last breath in. Exhale, dive forward. Half lift as you inhale. Exhale, step your right foot back. Lower the knee down. Here's where blocks might be handy as you bring your torso up. You can use blocks to support your arms. First time through, think about the energy of your feet connecting to the floor. Big toe and pinky toe are both pressing down, so is your heel stamping into the floor. Back foot, the toenails are pressing down into the floor. Breathe in and breathe out. Blocks aside. High plank, low plank, we'll move through Vinyasa. This is optional, you can skip this and just go from plank into downward dog. Breathe in, breathe out. We went back on the right foot, we'll come forward on the right foot. Lift the right leg, contract your knee to nose one time. Inhale, kick back, and step the right foot through. Lower back knee down, find your blocks, and bring your body up. The blocks make your arms longer. You don't need them, you can have hands on thighs. Press firmly into your front foot, big toe, pinky toe, and your heel. Then think about your back foot, pressing into the top of the foot and the toenails. That really highlights this front of hip stretch. Keep breathing rhythmically. Exhale, hands to earth. Tuck your back toe and launch your weight forward so your back foot comes forward to meet your front. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Bend your knees. Chair pose again. Stand up Tadasana. Breath in. Breath out. The left side will add on a high lunge. Inhale. Exhale, chair. The weight of your feet is a little more in your heels, which enables you to sit back, almost falling back, but your core helps prevent that falling that happened for me. Breathe in and breathe out. Shoulders wide, lots of space for your neck. One more inhale. Exhale, dive. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, your left foot leads back. You can take the low lunge we did first, or you can take a high lunge. If you're in a high lunge, you probably don't need blocks. Bend the back knee and bring your torso up, so your shoulders are directly over your hips. Sometimes we leave our hips back. Bending the knee helps you stack the body. If you're stable here, you can add your arms. Wide shoulders. Both big toes are pressing down into the floor equally. One more inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor and pause. Left hand finds the block. Knee up or down. Hips stay square, rotate to the right. Breath in. Breath out. One more inhale. Exhale, Vinyasa or plank dog. High plank, low plank. Take your cobra and meet me in downward dog. Breathe. We led with the left leg back. We'll bring the left leg forward. Inhale, left leg up. One time, contract knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Step the foot through. Low lunge or high lunge. This is our second side. High lunge, bend the back knee and bring your torso up. The bent knee helps you stack the pelvis rather than leaving the pelvis behind. Shoulders broad. If you're stable, add the arms. The weight of your feet connects to the earth equally through all the parts of the foot. Big toe and pinky toe. Both sides of your front heel. Another breath in. Hands to earth. Right hand finds the block or your water bottle, whatever prop you're using. Stable hips, inhale. Exhale, rotate to your left, toward your front foot. Consider the line of energy in your body. The hips narrow, shoulders widen, and then the spine lengthens. I should say lines of energy in the body. One more breath in. Breath out, hand to earth. Shift your weight forward, bringing your back foot to meet the front, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, lower. Chair, drop your hips. Torso up, inhale. And stand up Tadasana. Reorganize the energy of your body, yogis. We'll do another round, right and left. This time adding in a warrior series. Start with an inhale. Exhale, chair. Add your arms for 3 breaths. Building strength in the legs, heat in the core of the body. As you exhale, dive forward. Uttanasana, half lift. Right leg back, high lunge. One breath, bring your body up. Exhale through Vinyasa, or just meet me in downward dog. From downward dog, inhale. And exhale, big toes come together. Right leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, step your foot through. Spin the back heel down. Windmill your body up. Left arm, right arm, you come up. And again, stack the body so your shoulders are directly over hips. Now generally, you're not quite fully to the side with the pelvis. You're sort of to the corner of your space. Both hip bones are rotating clockwise in the hip sockets. Arms are strong. Flip your front hand, reach to the sky. Stay low in the hips. You're side bending your spine. Breathe. Another inhale. Back through Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Front arm to the front ankle. Back arm to the sky. Gaze follows upward. Legs are still strong. Every point of the foot connected to the floor is engaged with the earth. Another breath in. Look down for stability. Reach your right hand up to the sky. Cartwheel to the floor. Pause in your runner's lunge. Ball of the back foot. Stabilize your hips. Breathe in. You can use a block for your left hand. Exhale, rotate to the right. One more inhale. Exhale, release, hands to earth. Rock your back foot forward, top of the mat. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, release. Chair, hips low, torso up. And Tadasana. We'll take that on the second side. Left side. Ready, yogis? Inhale. Exhale, chair. 3 breaths here. Narrow hips, wide shoulders, long spine. Last breath in. Breath out, fold. Half lift. Left foot back. 1 breath up into your high lunge. 1 breath down, Vinyasa. Cobra on the inhale. You can always skip this and just meet in downward dog. Leading with the left leg, you lift, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, step it through. Here's our warrior series, Virabhadrasana. Back heel down, windmill your body up. Right arm, left arm, and then stack. Shoulders over hips. Rotate your femurs counterclockwise in the hip socket. So one's externally, one's internally rotating, or both laterally rotating. One medially, one laterally. Breathe in. And breathe out. Strong legs as you change the shape of your spine. Breathe. Move back through warrior 2. Left arm to earth, right arm to ankle, or the front arm to the ankle, back arm to sky. Another inhale. Look down for stability. Left arm up to sky. Cartwheel to the floor, pause. Ball of the back foot. Stabilize your pelvis, optional block. Rotate to your left, toward your front leg. Another breath in. And hands to the floor. Rock your back foot forward to meet the front, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Bend your knees, chair. Stand up, Tadasana. Breath in. Breath out. Let's do a little bit of balancing today, yogis. Starting with eagle pose, Garudasana. Extend your arms out to the side. Cross right arm under left, and you can hug shoulders together, just reaching the fingertips towards the shoulder blades, or you can bind the arms together. So they wrap and then they keep wrapping until your palms face each other, thumbs toward your third eye. Now your shoulders and arms are binding in, wrapping and tightening. Breathe in and breathe out, hips down into chair. I'll show to the side. And so you might just pause here with the upper arms bound and hips sitting low. If you want to move on, shift your weight to the left foot, right leg lifts, cross high in the thigh. So really high toward the pelvis is where you're crossing the femurs. And then engage the femurs toward one another. The bottom one presses up, the top one presses down. Breathe. Big breaths into your core. Don't be shy with your breathing while you're balancing. Last inhale. And exhale. Unbind your limbs. Sweep arms above. Exhale, hands to the heart. I should mention you can single bind or double bind your legs, which is the foot around your calf. I just am a little tight in the legs and can't demonstrate that. Second side, arms out. Left arm under right, single bind or double bind in the arms. Then create a constriction where the shoulders squeeze. It's actually as if it's like you're widening the front space and narrowing the back space. Chair. So you're very engaged in the pelvis, widening through the arms to engage and create space. If you're moving on, shift your weight to the right, left leg lifts, cross high in the thigh, and then re-engage your thighs toward one another. For me, that sits me lower. Whew. A little ankle injury on the side is revealing itself as I fall over. Continue to breathe. Another breath in. And a breath out. Unlock, sweep arms above head. And hands to the heart. Another balance, yogis. I'm gonna step off the mat, see if that enables a little better balance. Shift your weight to the right, shift your weight to your left foot, right leg lifts. You can hold just below the knee. If it's available to you, reach for your big toe. But if you're reaching for your big toe and your spine's doing one of these numbers on the way, just hold the knee. You want to keep the verticality through the spine. So nothing changes in the body. Pelvis stays square, breathe in, breathe out, move your femur to the side. Option to extend the left arm, gaze can follow. There's a line of energy down the left side of the body, through the hip, through the leg, through the shoulder. Another breath in, and a breath out, close like a book. Now everything stays square. Nose and pubic bone are pointing in the same direction. Inhale, keep the pubis where it is, rotate your chest and nose toward the side of the room. So you're stable from the belly button down, rotating from the belly button up. Breathe. Another inhale. Exhale back to center. Release the right leg. Second side. Stand on your right leg. Keep breathing. And so when you're standing on one leg, it's not hope for the best. The breath gives you command of the energy in your body. Holding the knee or big toe, make a similar choice to the first side if that's available to you. Breathe in and breathe out. Everything is stable, just the femur moves. Stability enables mobility. Option to extend the arm and the gaze to the side. After your exhale, close like a book. Exchange hands. Double check with this line of energy down the standing side. Breathe in and breathe out. The pelvis is stable, your ribs rotate. Another breath in and a breath out, unwind. Release the foot to the floor. All right, yogis. We'll do one more sun salutation that'll get us into a pigeon, and we'll do a seated series from pigeon. And apparently a little dance before we do that. Here we go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Half lift on your inhale. Vinyasa, or just meet me in downward dog, however you like. Maybe you're feeling like a handstand to get there, go for it. Breathe in and breathe out. From downward dog, lift your right leg, bend your knee and stack the pelvis. Your standing foot is still strong, both arms are still strong. From here you can stay in three-legged dog or flip the dog and then re-engage the hips toward the sky. Everyone has 3 points of contact, whether it's 2 legs and a foot, or 2 legs and a hand, or 2 hands and a foot. Your hips are lifting up towards the sky, away from the points of contact. Come back through a 3-legged dog and into pigeon. Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. Jigawat. Your right leg is forward. I'm going to show a setup to the side. The femur wants to go out to the side. What you are trying to do is square the pelvis so the femur comes directly forward. The shin can be folded to any degree. Your heel might be close to the glutes. Eventually, someday, you might be able to create 90-degree angles, but maybe not today. Breathe in and breathe out, fold. Let me turn back to the side. Also in your setup, you may take a block and place that under your right hip, or straddle it to support both sides of the pelvis. As I mentioned, I'm a little tight today. So honor where you are today, if you are a little tight today. If you took a 5-mile hike on the beautiful day yesterday, honor that. So as we move into a little slower rhythm of the body, the mind sometimes responds with frenetic activity. Notice the tendency of the mind and bring your mental energy back to the breath. And after a breath or two, the mind might drift back into its frenzied state. It's totally natural, or it's very common. Notice when that happens and then come back to the breath. Creating a habit of returning your mental energy to the breath. Enjoy another inhale and an exhale. I'm turning around so you can see me. You have your right leg forward in pigeon. Bring your body up and roll to your right hip. And you'll end up facing the long edge of your mat, and it might have turned you away from the camera. If you need to adjust, that's all right. You have your right knee bent and the left leg extended out to the side. So your legs are kind of pointed to the corners of the room. You're sitting tall on your sit bones. Long spine. Take your right arm up and over. Reaching toward the extended leg. Shoulders remain open. Hip stays connected to the floor. Breath rhythm is strong in your mind. On your next inhale, bring your body up. Adjust your body slightly. So you bring the right hip forward. Now your hips and shoulders are square to the extended leg. You can use a block for the right knee. Inhale, exhale, fold. For as long as you can, you keep your spine long. long through the lumbar spine especially. At the end, you can drape your upper spine. At any point, you can extend once again, finding more length, and exhale, fold. The front, or the extended leg, is engaged. The more you flex your foot and reach energy through the heel, while the pubic bone pulls back, the more you'll experience lengthening energy through the back of the leg. Inhale your body up. Take the bent leg. Fold it closed and step it over the extended leg. And now you might have rocked back. Sit up tall again. Inhale. Exhale, rotate. Now it looks like I'm pulling with the arm, but I'm not. I'm using the muscles of my back to rotate. The arms are gently resting on the leg. You can maybe use like 5% energy of the arms to get a little more rotation, but really it's the energy of your core twisting your spine. One more breath in. And a breath out. Cross your legs and we're transitioning back to downward dog. So maybe you take a moment in low asana, or you just roll over the knees. High plank, low plank will meet in downward dog. Second side. Left leg lifts. Bend the knee. Stack your pelvis. And stay here in three-legged dog, maybe circling your ankle, or flip your dog. Soft hips for a moment if you flipped, and then re-engage. Everyone's hips move towards the sky. You're pressing firmly into your 3 points of contact. Another breath in. Soften your joints as you come out through either a three-legged dog and into pigeon. Now remember how you set up your first pigeon. You're working towards that, but maybe the side feels a little different. A block for your hip, or for both sides of the pelvis, you can straddle the block. Another breath in. If you haven't already reclined your torso, you're welcome to. Now here, in this moment of physical stillness, notice the tendency of the mind. And without attaching any thought or judgment to the activity of the mind, just notice and come back to the breath. Inhale, bring your body up. Your left hip is your available hip. Rotate to the hip and just adjust your body so the right leg is extended, left leg is folded in. You're sitting up tall on your sitting bones. Side bend the spine to the right. Keeping the left hip connected to the floor enables you to bend through the spine. I mentioned it earlier, but stability creates mobility. You're stable through the pelvis so you can mobilize the spine. If the hips go with you, then you're not isolating the movement in the spine where it's intended. Another breath in, and a breath out. Inhale the body up. Adjust your hips square to the extended leg, hips and shoulders. Again, sitting equally on the pelvis. Breathe in, breathe out, fold. Ooh. Staying long through the low back for as long as you can, and you're welcome to stay lifted through the torso. If you choose, you can drape, bringing the Shirsha to your Janu. Janu Shirshasana. Inhale your body up. Fold the leg in, step it over the extended leg, sit up tall. Minimize the work of your arms, but maximize the work of your spine and your back. Inhale and exhale, unwind. Whichever way you're facing, it doesn't matter. We'll take one more seated posture before we lay down. Sit up tall, inhale, exhale, fold. And again, the same principle, keeping the spine long for as long as you can. When you're ready, and if you choose, you can bow your spine forward. Soft, wide shoulders. The more you flex your heels, the more intense you'll experience through the backs of the legs. Paschim, back. Ot, extreme. Paschimottanasana, so the entire back of the body from heels to hips and hips to shoulders is experiencing an extreme lengthening sensation. Inhale your body up and slide your hips forward to lay down. Feet on the floor with the knees up toward the sky. Pause and let your body become heavy. The pelvis, the ribs, and the head. 3 of our primary energy centers are connecting to earth. Shoulder bridge, pressing into your feet, lift your hips high. Option to keep the hands here pressing downward or interlace, but they're also pressing downward. Another inhale. If you have an interlace, gently release and lower the hips to the floor. A second round of that if you choose. Setu Bandhasana, shoulder bridge. Or if you'd like to go into Chakrasana, wheel, you're welcome to. Set up your hands, strong feet. Only do Chakrasana or Urdhva Dhanurasana if it's in your practice. Wherever you are, enjoy the breath. Another inhale. Tuck your chin, gently release if you're in wheel. Everyone hips to the floor and pause. Letting your energy centers settle downward toward earth, hips, ribs, head. Inversion of choice yogis. If you have a pillow or a block next to you, you might choose to place your hips on a block. And legs can go up to the sky. This is a fantastic inversion. It gets your feet above your heart, allowing for blood flow to work against gravity. You can also do this against a wall. If shoulder stand is in your practice, headstand or handstand, you're welcome to take either of those. Only practice what you have experience doing and can do safely, please, yogis. When I can work with you again, I look forward to developing those other postures you're wanting to work on. Gently come out of your inversion. Return to your back. And after a fairly invigorating practice, give yourself ample time near to the earth to ground. I was reading an article recently about the most important postures in yoga. And of course, many different practices inform what we know as yoga. And so there's not really a consensus other than Shavasana. The most important part of our practice, that final meditation, that opportunity to give your body physical stillness, which you've earned after the rigorous practice. But the more important part is the mental stillness, quieting the mind, and then spiritual stillness or spiritual communion. Sometimes we aren't aware of our spiritual selves, that connection of ourselves to something bigger, whatever that bigger thing is. If it's your interpersonal community or other ideas about cosmic connection that are strong in you. Notice if you have awareness of that spiritual sense of self, a sense of connectivity. I invite you to dwell here in that space. If and when the mind wanders, taking you away from that connected place, that yogic place of union, use the breath to come back. The breath harnesses the mind, connects to the body, and reminds us of our spiritual self. Thank you for joining today. Always lovely practicing with you. Please let me know if you have questions on any of the postures or want further information. I'm glad to offer assistance. Have a fantastic end to your weekend and start to your week. We'll see you soon. Namaste.